Last time I told you my cameras were built for deer. A fox came past this exact camera, and all I got was a shape in the corner, half behind the timestamp. Same camera, 4 in the morning on the 1st of August, 64 degrees. I moved one thing. The voting closed on Friday, and our yearling has a name. But there's a problem. He hasn't walked past the camera since the 20th of July. Not one clip in 9 days. On the 28th of July, 7:30 in the evening, I took the intersection camera off the tree and put it back on lower, roughly knee height, maybe just below knee height. But guess what happened? It did not bring in more content like I thought it would. Before I moved it, that camera averaged 10.3 clips a day. After, 8.9. If anything, it went down a fraction. And across 9 days, that seems pretty conclusive to me, not a coincidence. What changed is what is inside the clips. Before, 28% of what was caught during the daylight. After, 44. Turkeys! I promised you turkeys at the end of the last one. 3rd of August, 20 past 10 in the morning, on the intersection camera. A hen and one poult out in the open, right in front of the lens. Quarter to 8 in the evening, same evening, 73 degrees. Now that might be a different bird. It might be the same one. It's a coin flip, so I'm not going to pretend I'm sure. A house cat was at the intersection on the 3rd of August and stayed for 43 minutes. 6 clips from 3:15 until almost 4. Nothing else in 9 days stayed around the camera for that long. But I had seen that once before. At the lawn camera, same cat, 29th of July, 10 to 12, playing with the marker flags. Not one of those clips would have been worth keeping if I'd kept that camera at the old height. If you saw the last episode, I called it a fox off a nose in the corner of a frame, and I guessed maybe I just wanted it to be one. I was right that it is a fox, but I never would have guessed this kind. The 26th of July, 7:15 in the morning, in full color. Check it out. Gray body, rust behind the ears, and a dark tail. A red fox has a white tail tip and black legs. This has neither. A gray fox, right here in Michigan. That's kind of a big deal. Then, on the 28th of July, 10 past 2 in the afternoon, something crosses the lens an inch away and fills the whole frame. I think that is its tail. Debate that amongst yourselves. But this next clip might be up there with one of the most interesting of the season. 20 past 4 in the morning, 30th of July, 59 degrees. The gray fox comes through the intersection carrying a rabbit. How cool is that? How often do you get to see a gray fox right after a successful hunt? Then, is that the same animal? 10:15 at night, facing away, ears up, seems to be working out whether or not to keep going, but I can't see the nose. I can't tell if this is a bigger animal or if it's just the camera angle that makes a difference. Look how much smaller the fox looks. It's just this one. It looks like a fox. I wonder if we'll be able to find out. 10 to 5 in the morning on the 1st of August, the lawn camera picks up the gray fox. Four minutes later, the intersection camera has it. Check the clocks on both. They were set together. One animal, one path across this property on two cameras. That is the first time I've been able to say that about anything out here, and it is the whole reason I run more than one camera. Those two cameras are about 140 yards apart, and that fox took 3 minutes and 41 seconds. It wasn't in a hurry, and it wasn't lost. Last episode, that camera gave me 26 clips in 1 hour. This window, it gave me 2. 2 clips in 9 days. I pulled that card on the 28th of July. Nothing. 2nd of August, nothing. 4th of August, nothing. Everything it has is from a single day. 6:30 in the morning on the 31st, 60 degrees, a fawn standing in green that comes up past its chest. And I think that is the answer. Look at the lawn. Look at the intersection. Then look at this. That lane has grown in since June, and the camera is staring into a wall. I picked 3 cameras because I know how animals work. They aren't out here trying to get famous. They go where they please. They go where there's food. They go where it's safe. A day or 2 without a camera firing is normal. 2 clips in 9 days? I may have picked a spot that isn't as well traveled as I thought it was. Is it a height issue like the intersection? Should I pick a different spot altogether? Or maybe it's too early to say. I'm curious. What would you do? 31st of July, 3:45 in the morning, a possum. 2nd of August, 3:30, a possum. 3rd of August, 5 to 3 in the morning, 59 degrees, and a possum crosses the lawn. 4 minutes later, a skunk is on the same patch of grass. Then, skunk again at 20 past 11 at night. Now here's something I checked rather than guessed. The full moon was on the 29th of July. Every one of those nights from that day until August 3rd is a waning gibbous, about 95% lit on the 31st, down to around 70 by the 4th. All of this is happening on the brightest nights of the month. I'd kind of like that to mean something. It might not. I have no dark week to hold it against, so for now, it's a thing I've noticed, not a thing I know. The Gazelys are on both cameras most nights, all night. And for a while, I was worried I might have 2 families. 27th of July, the intersection has them at 1:50. The lawn has them 12 minutes later. Then again, at 4:30 in the morning, lawn first, then intersection 45 minutes after. Those 2 cameras are about 140 yards apart, so 45 minutes is not an animal going somewhere, that's an animal foraging. The gray fox did the same thing on the 1st of August at a much quicker speed, just about 4 minutes. 4th of August, 20 past 7 in the morning, on the lawn. 2 does, 3 spotted fawns, and a fourth fawn that has nearly lost its spots. Sound familiar? It should if you watched episode 1. Same makeup 10 days later on a different camera. I think it is the same 6 animals. I would put it at 95%. I still can't tell those 2 does apart, which is exactly where I got stuck last time. 2 cameras answered the raccoon question in 1 second. 2 cameras have been looking at these deer for 3 weeks, and I'm no closer to naming either of those does. "30th of July, 10 to 11 in the morning, 71 degrees. A doe walks past the intersection and there's a dark patch on her left shoulder." Here's the other one. 22nd of July, 10 past 6 in the morning, 51 degrees. Same camera, same side, same shoulder. 8 days apart. That seems like one animal. She's the first doe on this property I can put a name to. Does are tough to name for me because they all look so similar. So I'm being careful for a reason. As long as we can see the left shoulder, we can identify this one. But I'm curious if we can notice anything from the right side. Any suggestions on a name for her? 2 things. The fox needs a name. It's on both cameras. It's the best thing in 9 days of footage. And I'm not calling it the fox for another 6 months. 3 options just like before. This time we've got Smokey, Cinder, or Ash. Put one in the comments. Whichever gets the most is his or hers. And it goes on screen from the next episode on. Voting closes on the Friday before episode 3 goes up. And the doe, 22nd of July, 30th of July, left shoulder. Tell me what you think. What would be a good name for her? And one last thing. When I pulled the cards on the 4th, I put a second camera on the back of the same tree at the intersection. The intersection faces south, and this new one faces north up the path. So hopefully we get faces on the way in instead of backs on the way out. I'm calling it the approach. We'll see what we find. If you want to give some encouragement or got something out of this, leave a like, subscribe, and put a name or suggestion in the comments. I'll catch up with you in 2 weeks.